And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday night afternoon here. Man, oh my goodness, man. It's been a long 10 days, but we got here, man. Green Bay at Cleveland. Packers are 2-0 going up against the Cleveland Browns, who are trying to avoid an 0-3 start to the season here. But man, dude, it's going to be a good one. The Packers, 10 days of rest after a little mini bye week, playing on Thursday night against the Commanders, where once again, they looked like one of the best teams in the NFL. Now they're going up against a team who is, man, they're losing ground quick. We knew Cleveland was not going to be a Super Bowl contender this season, but man, an 0-2 start is already rough. Now they're going up against a great Packer team. It's going to be a good one, man. So, we got David Stegosaurus. I have arrived. Set your phasers to fun. Go, Pack, go! Let's go. Yes, I get Joe Davis and Greg Olson announcing one of the games today. Hey, there we go. Greg's not too bad. I like Greg, even though he's a former Chicago Bear. And the kick is away. It'll be in the end zone. It's going to be returned to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, and taken down at the 26. Cleveland with the ball first. Let's move that bad boy over. Let's go. But hey, if you're just joining us, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much, man. Please leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're almost there. We're so close. But we do every possible game we can, man. We do primetime games. We do Packer games. Anything we can get our hands on, we're going to do on the channel. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. Joe Flacco under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the right side. We got a receiver in motion. A lot of motion on the Packers' defensive side. Man, they're showing pressure. And it's going to be handoff up the middle, up to the right side. And it's going to be a good gain for the Cleveland Browns, gain of about 7. There we go, man. Dahlia, happy Sunday, Packer football. Let's go. David. Lights are already on. Happy Sunday, Dahlia. There we go. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, lights are always on during the day games, but during prime time, we got to earn the right for the lights. All right. 2nd and 3 coming up. Ball at the 33. Joe in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Throws to the left. Gets a quick first down and around the 40. Packers playing some soft coverage early on here. Giving up a first down on just 2 plays. And we know Joe Flacco, man, even at this advanced age of, what, about 38 he is, maybe 39, he is still going to be able to sling the ball basically anywhere on the field, man. The guy still has a cannon for an arm. Joe under center, single back in the backfield, receiver in motion, handoff to the left, cuts it up the middle, and it'll be a gain of about 2, maybe 3. And looks like Micah Parsons is heading to the sidelines. It looks like he might have gotten poked in the eye. But how are you guys doing, man? Let me know. Let me know. Captain Mickey Mouse. Dave, your cheese head isn't on your couch for the game. I know, man. Actually, you're right, man. I got to grab it here once we get to commercial break. Joe, play action, looking, dumps it underneath to his tight end on a nice little screen. Gets it across the 45 and taken down just before the first down marker. That is Njoku with a nice little catch and run. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up for Cleveland. Yeah, I think I left the cheese head right back on the kitchen table there. Ooh. All right, so there was a penalty, and it's going to be on Green Bay for basically kind of like a low chop block on one of the offensive linemen for Cleveland. So that is going to probably be a first down when we come back from the commercial break. I'll be right back. Let me get that cheese head, man. We got to get the power of the cheese, man, because so far it is not looking good, man. Cleveland moving down the field. Cheesy. There we are. Woo. Bam. All right. And then Captain Mickey Mouse, tonight's game is going to be a good game, and the next one also. Yeah, man. We got some really solid games this week. We're going to be doing Cowboys and Chicago after this game, and then we're going to have Chiefs and Giants for Sunday Night Football. That should be an interesting one. Both teams 0-2. Clearly, obviously, the Chiefs are looking to come back to the Super Bowl, avenge that loss that they had last season. But so far, 0-2 on the season. Their schedule gets a little bit, I don't want to say more difficult, but definitely the teams, especially the Chargers in their division, seem to have taken a step forward. And if you're the Chiefs, man, an 0-2 start is already bad enough. You do not want to allow the Giants, who scored, 40-plus points, almost 40 points last week. You do not want to be in a battle for when you're scoring that many points, man. The Chiefs' offense does not seem to be as explosive as they've been in the past. Even last year, they were struggling to put up points in a good chunk of the regular season. But, man, you do not want to be having to score 35, 40 points to win, and then starting out the season potentially 0-3 in a division that, once again, seems to have been able to get better over this past offseason. David, games are so solid this week, the NFL might need X-Lax. Oh, there we go. And unfortunately, we have DeJuan Jones. He was the guy that got taken out from his knees. He is getting helped off the field into the blue tent. So hopefully the young man is okay. It's going to be a run up the middle, and I think they got it. Actually, they picked up the flag, so it's still 3rd and 1. But I think they just got enough of the first there. Bam. Gain of about 2 for the Cleveland Browns. Nice little run up the middle. All right, 1st and 10, ball just past the 50. Joe under center. Single receiver on each side. Play action, pressured, and able to get the ball out just before the sack. And that was Lucas Van Ness coming off that blind side, the left side there. Woo! Able to beat his offensive lineman. Kingsley and Igbari also in on the pressure of Joe Flacco. But the veteran quarterback able to get the ball out as he was getting tackled. It'll be 2nd and 2. Flacco under center, single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield. Receiver in motion, handoff to the left, and it's going to be a pickup of about 3, maybe 4 for Cleveland. Good job by the Packers defense, man. Just running to the ball, not getting stuck behind their own guys, basically. Great job. Dave, check your subs. The Bills something Saints next week. Let's check it out. Let's check out the sub count. Oh, man. Still at 97, man. But, hey, we're getting there, man. We're going to get there. 3rd and 7. Sorry, they had a different graphic up there for a second. 3rd and 7. Ball at the 46. Handoff up the middle. And it's going to be another run. This one good for about 2, down to about the 44. Packers doing a pretty darn good job. That was a weird decision to run the ball on 3rd and 7. Stefanski and the Browns might have seen something that they liked on film on that play because I think they were expecting the Packers to be kind of backing off a little bit. Corey Bajorquez punt this one's away, and it'll go into the end zone. Matthew Golden was back there on the return. Corey Bajorquez, man, a former Green Bay Packer for a season. The Packers actually traded for Bajorquez. I'm trying to remember what year. It might have been 2021. I think it was the season that they decided to move on from J.K. Scott. They cut him basically at the end of the regular preseason. Sorry, the preseason, and then they sent a 6th-round draft pick to the Rams in exchange for Corey, along with the 7th-round pick. And it looked like I would say the first half of the season, it looked like Bajorquez was like, what's going to be the guy, man? He looked like one of the best punters in the NFL. I think he was averaging like a little over 50 yards, like I think it was like 53, 54 yards per punt. And I think his gross was even still pretty darn good after the return. I think it was like in the high 40s. But then, unfortunately, like most punters, especially in the last like 10 years, especially any punter after Tim Mastay, once the winter came, man, it was a struggle for them to get the ball up into that cold Lambeau air. So yeah, Bajorquez only lasted one season. His second half of his lone season in Green Bay, a rough one, very very bad. All right, let's move the ball over here. Packers with the possession of the ball now. But how's everybody doing, man? How was your week? Let me know what game you're looking forward to the most today or even tomorrow. We're going to be doing Ravens and Lions next tomorrow as well. So yeah, let me know which game you're most excited to watch this week, man. Bills, summer break, Saints next week. Oh, there we go. Bills and Saints. Should be a good matchup, man. The Bills should probably win that one pretty easily. Hopefully it's not another blowout. I'm hoping the Saints can be competitive this year, man. They're looking rough. They still have some decent weapons, man. But once again, I think we talked about this last week. Just that the amount of contracts that they have to get rid of. And they've gotten rid of the player, but their contract is still kind of on the books. I think it's gonna be a season or two before we start to see New Orleans really start putting a decent team on the field. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Matthew Golden with a nice little catch down the left sideline, picking up about 8 or 9 for the rookie 1st-round pick. And we have a Packers player down on the ground. Looks like another offensive lineman. So it's going to be 2nd and 11. Sorry, 2nd and 2. Sorry. He switched it up on me there at the end. Eagles got away with a non-call false start on a tush push, of course. That tush push is already hard enough to stop. It's even worse when you're not getting, you're moving before the snap. Come on. Let's look around the league. I know it's early in the games here, so there's probably not going to be too much going on. But the Minnesota Vikings are on top, 7-0 over the Bengals. Bengals do have the ball, probably their first possession. Colts and Titans already just less than 3 minutes in, and each team has scored. It is 7-3. Colts on top. Commanders and Raiders. Two teams that played in prime time in week two. Commanders obviously coming off a loss to Green Bay. They're up 7-3 over the Raiders, who had a tough game on Monday night against the Chargers, where they saw Geno Smith throw 3 interceptions in that Monday night matchup. Eagles obviously on top 7-0 over the Rams. Steelers with an early touchdown here against the Patriots. They're up 7-0. Is Spencer Rattler good? Ooh, man, that's a good question. So I'm gonna give the kid a break a little bit. I think his arm is insane, dude. He made some throws last season. I think we actually streamed a Spencer Rattler game last season. The kid has a freaking cannon for an arm. And then actually, I'm gonna get back to that question. We're back here. So 2nd and 2, Jordan in the shotgun and taken down for a sack. Cleveland's defensive line, man, by far probably the best part of that entire Cleveland team, to be honest with you. Jordan Morgan is in for the injured Zach Tom, and just immediately, man, pressure just coming from that left side. Elton Jenkins giving up the pressure over the middle as well. Yeah, that was just a rough play for the offensive line for the Packers. 3rd and 7. We got single receiver to the right side. Jordan in the shotgun, has to get the ball out quickly, and it's just going to throw it at the feet of Jacobs. So a quick 3 and out for the Packers, man. So the first play, it looked good. They got basically 8 yards on that throw to Matthew Golden, but then they ended up losing Zach Tom in that play as well. And then just Cleveland's pressure, man, from that front seven. Got home in 2nd down, and then on 3rd down, just some more pressure. All right. 4th and 7, Packers are going to punt this one away. So Rattler, is he good? I think the kid has the weapons. I think he can make almost any throw in the NFL. The biggest thing with him is, one, his accuracy was an issue in college. That's kind of why he bounced around the league in college quite a bit. He just could never be the consistent guy that a program wanted. His accuracy is still a little off. I have not seen much of this season, so I'm just kind of basing off what I saw last season. Decision making, he's always been a risk taker, man. He's a gambler, man. The guy, he trusts his arm maybe a little bit too much at times. So he's gonna make some risky throws in the NFL. That window from an incomplete pass to an interception is a lot closer. And then the team around him is just not very good. So he could be, but it may not work out. 1st and 10, Joe, pressure, throws it underneath to Njoku, who is going to be able to get a 1st down, gain of 11, but there is a flag on the field. So that's kind of my quick opinion on Spencer Rattler. I think there's a lot there that can be molded, but is he going to develop correctly? Is he going to have the time? Is he going to be able to have the same coaching staff that is going to be able to keep his development and be the guy? So probably, maybe not, but I'm hoping the kid has a chance. So it's going to be a holding penalty on Cleveland, man. Micah Parsons already making the difference. Luckily, looks like he's recovered from getting hit in the eye. So it'll be 1st and 20, ball at the 11. Joe in the shotgun, running back to his left, single receiver to that right side. Play action, screen pass to the left, and it's going to be no gain. Let's freaking go. That much room for error. That much room, man. Everything in the NFL is just a little bit faster. Space is a little bit more hard to come by, man. So accuracy is king in the NFL. All right, so we got 2nd and 21, a loss of 1 on that 1st down play. Joe in the shotgun takes the snap, looking over the middle, and Just an insane throw. Great catch in traffic. And that's going to set up a third and about 4, maybe 5 for Cleveland. And once again, we just talked about it, man. That window right there. If the defender has a half a step more, that's at least a batted pass, if not an interception. But Joe Flacco, a veteran, great arm, has good accuracy. And now it is 3rd and 4. Joe in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right side. Looking, pressure over the middle. And it's going to be incomplete. Packers defense coming up big. That is Quay Walker. And let me see who else was that. Number 56, Edgerrin Cooper. Great job, man. Micah Parsons putting the pressure on Joe Flacco. Got a hit on him. But again, Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper with great coverage. Got there as the ball was getting to the receiver. Forced an incomplete pass. And now forcing a punt. Oh. Boom. It's going to be Matthew Golden trying to get some room. And he'll get it across the 35 down to about the 37. Green Bay with the possession now. Let's go. All right, man. So far, both defenses, man, making plays. Micah Parsons, especially on that last drive there for Cleveland, able to get pressure, forced a big penalty on the first play, got them in 1st and long, 2nd and long, and then on that last one, able to get a little bit of pressure, able to hit Joe Flacco as he was trying to release the ball. And the Packers coverage team doing a great job of getting to the ball. I like it. Not a whole lot of offense so far. Maybe you could do that game next week. I don't know if you have it on NBC for next Sunday. Yeah, let's check it out, man. I'm pretty sure if it's a primetime game, we should be able to do it. But it looks like the Bills and Saints are a noon game. Let's see here. All right, there's a chance we could do it. Yeah, I would have to see the coverage map on what we have. Dave, do you have the Bills and Saints next week on NBC? It's a good question, my dude. I don't know. I don't have that answer quite yet. From the looks of it, it probably will not be available in my area, so probably won't be doing that game. All right, we're still in the commercial break here, man. But if you're just joining us, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, man. We're trying to get to 100 before October. 100 subscribers before October. We do every primetime game, every Packer game, any game that we can get on the channel, we will stream. So if you're looking forward to that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's non-NFL news. I saw the comedian Nate Bigley last night. Oh, heck yeah, man. Nate Bargatze. I almost butchered his last name. Nate Bargatze, man. Hilarious, dude. 1st and 10. Jordan in the shotgun. Play action. No, it's going to hand off to Jacobs, but that will go for 0 yards. So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Packers. He said they had... I do not actually have a Sunday ticket. No, I do not. Nope. Yeah, so I'm kind of limited to what I have here in my area. So I'm hoping to get Sunday ticket next year, but yeah, this year I couldn't swing it, my man. Sorry. Jordan, play action, quick throw the Golden to the right side, and he'll pick up 8 yards, and that'll be a 3rd and 2. All right, man. It looks like Matt LaFleur is trying to get this young receiver on the field, man. Last week, he didn't really get a whole lot of chances. Jordan unfortunately missed him a couple times deep, but I think they're trying to get him involved. They're trying to get him the ball. Get the ball in the best, some of your more athletic guys, and usually it tends to work out pretty well. All right, so we got third down coming up here. 3rd and 3. Jordan, quick snap, throws to the right side and gets it out to Jacobs, who has split out wide. That'll be a first down. Let's go. First down for Green Bay on the day. All right, Josh Jacobs lining up at wide receiver. I like it. All right, we got 5:30 left in the first. Ball at the 49. Jacobs alone in the backfield. Receiver in motion. Jordan with a nice toss to the right. Jacobs has some room. He's to the 45 and taken down at the 44 after a nice gain of 7. So far, his biggest run of the day. Second and 3 coming up. Minnesota just got a pick 6 on Cincinnati. Pick 6. Let's go, man. Did they get hold on, was it a spin move involved? But either way, pick 6. Second and 3. Jordan in the shotgun, tight end in motion. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. A ball at the 44, and it's going to be a timeout here for Green Bay. All right, man. No spin move included. Oh, man. So it's always, batteries never included. You got to download an app. Now, back in my day, when you got a pick 6, it came with a spin move. And, I'm telling you, man, these companies just trying to nickel and dime you all the way. Can't even get a spin move included nowadays. Disappointing. If you get the primetime Sunday night games, I suggest doing the Bills versus Pats in Week 5. Most likely. Oh, yeah. We get primetime games, no problem. So like Thursday night, Monday night, and Sunday night. Yeah, we get those games for sure. So most likely we will. 2nd and 3. Nice little handoff to Savion Williams. Can he get the first down? Ooh. Savion Williams trying to bounce it to the right side there. And he's going to be about a yard, maybe half a yard shy of the first. We'll see what the Packers do, man. All right, so we got 3rd and short coming up for Green Bay. Jordan in the shotgun, gives the handoff to Jacobs, who gets the first down easily across the 40, down to the 37. All right, man. The former Alabama product picking up some big first down. And Jordan Love trying to get the snap as Cleveland was trying to get substitutions on the field. Jordan absolutely livid with the referees, man. Yeah, Jordan saw that Cleveland was trying to get some substitutions on the field, and the referee basically wasn't allowing him to snap the ball. So what they're saying is Green Bay simulated a substitution So when that happens, you have to allow the other team to sub as well. So no flag, no timeout. So it's just going to be redoing the first down play here. Ball once again, ball at the 38. Single back in the backfield. Jordan under center. Handoff to Jacobs, who is able to get past the first wave of defenders and across the 35 down to the 34. Brandon Jacobs, man, nice little in the backfield. Pick up some positive yardage. Jordan in the shotgun here, 2nd and 6. 2 receivers to the left side, Jacobs to his right. Kraft in motion, throws to the right side, and that'll be a potential catch by the rookie Matthew Golden, gain of about 3. Whew, Jordan ripped that one. Oh, heck of a catch by Matthew Golden. He caught that basically below his knees. All right, Golden, 3 catches, 18 yards early in this game. Jordan in the shotgun play action, throws it to the left, and that is Romeo Doubs with a nice catch, getting it inside the 25 down to about the 22, and another first down for Green Bay. Ooh. That was a nasty route right there. Faked like he was basically going to run kind of like a little go route to the left side of the sidelines there, and then just cut it back inside, almost like a delayed slant route. Golden in motion, handoff up the middle. Jacobs able to get it down to the 20, gain of 2. I like this drive, man. You can tell this is a long drive, and you're tiring out that front 7, that Cleveland defense, having to be on the field for long periods of time. If you can do this a couple times in the first half, that's going to help you out in the second. Jordan under center. Hands it off to Jacobs again, who will pick up about 4 yards down to the 16. Minnesota pass rusher just did a spin move to get around an offensive lineman. Look at that, man. Whoo, man, that Cincy game and Minnesota game, man, they're giving us everything we want. Spin moves and pick sixes. Why couldn't they do that last week? All right, 3rd and 4, ball at the 16. Jordan in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left side. Romeo in motion. Ooh, it's going to be a false start, I think, on the Packers there. Offensive lineman moved before the snap. That's going to be on the left tackle, Jordan Morgan, the former first-round pick in 2024. So that'll make it 3rd and 9 here. All right, that is going to be the end of the first quarter here in Cleveland. We haven't yet gotten a score, but the Packers are knocking on the door of at least a field goal here on 3rd and 9 inside the red zone. Actually, I think they just got knocked out of the red zone, so ball at the 21, I believe. All right, man. Hot diggity dog. Let's go. Let's hope we can keep this drive going with a first down. But If you're just joining us, man, we do every Packer game, every primetime game, any game we can get on the channel, we do. We're averaging about 5 games per week streaming here, man. So please leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're closing in on that number, man. So if anything of what I just said interests you, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel, it helps out the video as well. So thank you. Trying to see here. Let's look around the league a little bit. See what we got. See what we got. Minnesota up 14 to nothing over the Bengals, man. Jaguars on top of the Texans, 7 to nothing. Colts 10 to 3 over the Titans, and the Raiders able to get a field goal to make it a 4 point deficit against the Commanders. The Rams, after being down 7 to nothing, have scored 10 unanswered points to take the lead over the Eagles late in the first in that game. Carolina gets on the board first, 7 to nothing over the Falcons, and the Steelers and the Patriots are still same score, 7 to nothing Steelers. Jordan with a quick throw to the left and trying to get it to Dontavian Wicks, and a great freaking defensive play by the Cleveland Browns. Getting to that ball. Batting it away, I should say, not intercepting it. Yeah, Jordan had to get that pass out quick, man. Pressure basically immediate over the middle. Packers offensive line looking a little bit suspect against this really good Cleveland front seven. All right, McManus in to make this a three-point game. Let's go. For a second there, I thought that kick was blocked. That's why I was like, But Packers are on the board first. 14:53 in the second quarter here. We're going to see how the Cleveland Browns respond. I mean, it was a good drive for the Packers there, man. It was a long drive. They got the ball down the field. You know, it wasn't like a big giant chunk play. They, in the passing game and the running game, they looked good, but unfortunately, penalties kind of got them there at the end, man. That's how good teams beat themselves for the most part. It's they shoot themselves in the foot. Bad penalties in bad situations. You know, third down late in the game, you can't do that. McManus kicking this one away to Cleveland. It'll be caught in the end zone and downed, and Cleveland will get the ball here. We got starting quarterbacks since 1999. Green Bay has only had 8, and Cleveland has 40, man. Jeez. And about, I would say, more than half of those for the Packers usually only started a handful of games. Usually, I'm pretty sure I could name almost all of them at this point. There weren't too many. 1st and 10, ball at the 35. Single back in the backfield, single receiver split out to the left. Joe hands it off up the middle, and it'll be good for about 4 yards. Quay Walker in on the tackle. Second and 6, Joe Flacco under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the left side. Receiver in motion. Up the middle again, and this one is going to be good for about 3, maybe 4, setting up a 3rd and 2 for the Browns, already across the 40-yard line. Looking good, man. The ground game is looking pretty solid, man. I think this is the first time I've seen the Packers, give up like small chunks of yardage on the ground here. It's been a solid average per carry average, I should say, for the Browns here. All right, 3rd and 2. Joe under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the right side. Play action, slight pressure, and it'll be a first down across the 50, down to about the 47 are going to be the Cleveland Browns, and they are in Packer territory. Great little blitz pickup there by the running back, Cleveland. Quay Walker was coming right up the middle, but the running back able to take him out. 1st and 10. Fullback, running back formation. Handoff to the left. And that is going to be going nowhere. Loss of 2. That is McDuffie with a great one-on-one tackle in the backfield. Dang, dude. Isaiah, man, he has been just a great, great player. Flea flicker, and it's going to be underneath to the running back, and he'll only pick up about 5 yards down to the 45. Once again, Isaiah McDuffie in on the tackle on this one, getting some help from Quay Walker. Ooh, looks like Joe missed a guy running a nice little crosser to the left sideline. Wide open. All right, 3rd and 7. Ball at the 45 of Green Bay. Joe Flacco in the shotgun. Sends a receiver in motion. Running back to his right. Takes a snap. Looking. Has some time. Running out of time. And will throw that one away. 4th down coming up for Cleveland. And is this going to be roughing the passer? Oh. Oh, well. There's 2 penalties on Green Bay. One was Oh, actually no, sorry. Penalty on both teams, so they'll redo the down, I think. Yeah. So redoing 3rd and 7 here. There's a penalty on both teams, so offsetting penalties, redo the down. All right, Joe Flacco alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Takes the snap. Pressure, immediate. Rashawn Gary gets to Joe Flacco. Literally came through the B gap untouched, man. Holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, the right tackle just blocked nobody. Rashawn Gary with a heck of a sack, man. Bojorquez away to punt this one. And little hop. Golden picks it up at the 12-yard line and gets it across the 15, it looks like. So far, Rashawn Gary, man, 3.5 sacks on the year. I think he finished last season with just 8. So he has been looking great so far this season, and I think he's been one of the biggest, if not the biggest, beneficiary of Micah Parsons coming to town. I like it, man. All right, man. Oh, we got some people in on the stream, man. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October, and we're closing in on that number, man. We're getting closer and closer. So we do every possible game we can on the channel, man. Every primetime game, every Packer game. It does not matter, man. If it's football and we are able to do it, we're going to get it on the channel. So please leave a like and subscribe if you want to be part of that. Thank you. All right. So while we're on a commercial break here, let's look at the fantasy team that I got, man. How's it looking? How's it looking? All right, not looking great. Not looking amazing. All right, we still got a little bit of time, but ooh, it's looking rough. So far, my best team is the Falcons with 10 points, and that's just because they haven't really given up much of anything. Hopefully, that stays the course. All right, Falcons defense, man, they have looked amazing so far this season, man. The pressure that they've been able to get on some quarterbacks has been impressive. They really redid that entire front seven, especially the pass rush. All right, ball at the 12. Jordan Love under center, fakes the handoff, looking for the explosive play down the field. He's going to have to settle for about 9 yards to his tight end underneath the coverage. And I believe that was Fitzpatrick. Speaking of Falcons, Fitzpatrick, the former Atlanta Falcon there. They picked him up last season from the practice squad there in Atlanta. We got 2nd and 2 coming up. Jordan under center, hands off to, I believe it is actually going to be Emmanuel Wilson, who will be dropped for a loss. And it's going to be a penalty on Green Bay, false start. And that is on Jordan Morgan. That is his second false start penalty of the day, man. The former first-round pick from a year ago. Not looking great. He is in for the injured Zach Tom, who, fortunately for Zach, man, he got hurt in week 1. It was a hip injury. He didn't play last week, and on the first play of the game, he re-injured. It looks like they re-injured that hip again. The good news is he is standing on the sidelines, but most likely will not be playing for the rest of the game. Nice little pitch to the right side. Emmanuel Wilson has some time and space, but will only pick up about 3 yards on 2nd and 6. Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of Emmanuel Wilson so far this season. Oh, quick play. And it throws over the middle. Nope. and sacked. Jordan Love was about to throw, but got hit in the backfield for another sack. That is the second time Jordan Love has gone down. And the worst thing, man, right over the middle, right over the center. Yeah, the worst part of this, man, has been that the pressure has come from basically the interior line. Packers offense, man, struggling to move the ball down the field, man. The offensive line has been struggling. And it looks like Matt LaFleur threw the challenge flag. They're challenging that there was too many players on the field for Cleveland. All right, man. We got 5 people watching here. Let's go, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're closing in on that number. We do every primetime game, every Packer game, any game that involves football in the NFL. If we can do it, we will stream it, man. We're gonna keep it going, man. And we're gonna be trying to drop some other stuff throughout the season as well. So if you're looking forward to something like that, please leave a like and subscribe on this video, man. Helps out the channel, helps out the video as well. So, but thank you. David Stegosaurus, pressure pushing down on me. Yeah, man. The pressure has been, for both teams, man. Both defenses have looked very darn good. Obviously, they just sacked Joe Flacco on the previous offensive Cleveland drive. And depending on what this penalty does, Jordan Love has been sacked at least twice so far. We'll see if that second sack stands up. But yeah, man, it's been a rough one for both offenses. Clearly, we only have 3 points. And this is kind of something that I saw throughout the first 2 games with this Packers offense. Don't get me wrong, first game against Detroit, I mean, it was immaculate. Not a single sack was given up. I think there's maybe 2 pressures, maybe 3 throughout the entire game. But Jordan, I don't think really ever came close to being sacked in week 1. Obviously, in week 2, you started to see a little bit more. Obviously, Zach Tom did not play in that game, so I think that played a part in it. And he's obviously re-injured whatever happened to him in week 1 in this game. And yeah, man, you're just starting to see the struggles of that offensive line for the Packers. I think they can be still pretty good, but and look at that. 12 men on the field on 3rd and 4. So the sack will not stand. Packers have the ball back. It'll be 1st and 10 for Green Bay. 8:56 left in the second. Jordan Love pulling an Aaron Rodgers, snapping the ball before Cleveland can get their substitutions fully off the field. Pressure. Ba, 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 ba. Now, you know what they say about pressure, man. Pushes down on you, pushes down on me. Pushing down on me. I better stop singing, man. Otherwise, we're going to get this video copyrighted. All right, we're back here. Jordan under center, tight end in motion. Single back in the backfield. Single receiver split out to the left. Play action, rolling to his right. Jordan's going to take off and run, and he'll pick up about 4, maybe 5 on the QB run and slide. Showing some highlights from the Steelers game, and Aaron Rodgers throwing another touchdown. And that touchdown moves him past Brett Favre on the all-time list. Jordan Love under center. Single back in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left. Play action, run in, and we'll try to get it to Tucker Kraft, but that ball goes right through his hands. And Tucker Kraft wasn't 100% whether he was going to be in this game. He was dealing with a knee injury for most of the season. Third and 6. Jordan in the shotgun, single receiver to the right side. Changing a few things here at the line. 3 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Quick throw to Romeo Doubs, who gets away to the 35-40 and taken down at the 44. Able to get some space away from the corner, man. Heck of a catch. Great route, man, by Romeo Doubs. Dude, he had that defender on skates, man. Dude, Romeo Doubs, man. I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in the league, man. The guy is just so dang good, man. Great route runner, has pretty darn good hands. And it's just quietly always just does a great job throughout the game. First and 10, ball at the 44. And it's going to be, I think Packers might be using a timeout here. Things were not looking good on that play. And they do use their second timeout of the half. Matt LaFleur just furious on the sidelines. Romeo Doubs dapping up LaFleur on the sidelines, probably just being like, hey, come on, coach, we love you. Don't be angry. All right, clock is stopped at 7:14 in the second quarter. We got a 1st and 10 coming up for the Packers. All right. We got Savion Williams to Jordan's left, running back behind him there, and Tucker Kraft in motion. Looking, dumping it underneath to Jacobs, who will pick up some tough yardage, man. Lower in the shoulder, picking up 3 on that little swing pass to the left sideline. And we got 2nd and 7 coming up for the Packers. All right, ball at the 47-yard line. Jordan in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks, pressure, throws it underneath. Jacobs able to get about a yard on the pass there to the right sideline. Had a blocker, but Cleveland coming to the ball in droves, man. Able to bring him down for just a gain of 1. So still 3rd and 7. I'm pretty sure Jacobs picked up about a yard on that one. So I don't like the spot, but it is what it is. Still will be a 3rd and long. All right, single receiver split out to the right side. Jordan in the shotgun with a running back to his right. Takes the snap. Looking, has a little bit of time, throws, and incomplete. Trying to get it to Romeo Doubs, who is coming back on that left side of the field. There is a flag. I think I saw a Cleveland defender jump off sides. That's what it's going to be. So that'll be a 3rd and short. Myles Garrett trying to jump the snap. Garrett punching his helmet, making a mistake there, making a mistake. Giving Green Bay a second chance here on 3rd down. It'll be now 3rd and 2. Jordan Love alone in the backfield. Jacobs in motion. Handoff to Jacobs. No, Jordan keeps it. He's to the 40 and inside Cleveland territory. Just a great fake, man. I swear. I went with the camera. I thought they handed it off to Jacobs. But nice job, man. Tucker Kraft, the lead blocker for Jordan Love. Ball was at the 49, and Jordan able to get it down to about the 38, I believe. All right, 1st and 10. Jordan under center. Tight end in motion. Single receiver to the right side. And looks like we got a flag. This one probably going to be on the Packers. False start again, man. This one not on Jordan Morgan, but on Dontavian Wicks. Sorry, Malik Heath with a false start. David with the cheesehead. Come on, cheesehead. Work your magic, baby. Come on. Come on. Give us some good voodoo on this one. The cheese gods need to be involved, man. Pitch to the left. Manuel Wilson gets it back near the line of scrimmage. Gain of about 5, maybe 6. He might have gotten it to the 37. Still going to be 2nd and long. All right, so back to the original line of scrimmage. So picked up the penalty yards back. So 2nd and 10 for the Packers. Wilson alone in the backfield. Play action. Jordan looking. Has some time and is going to get sacked back at the 44-yard line. So a big loss there. 3rd and very long coming up for the Packers. Cleveland getting their 2nd sack of Jordan Love back. Poof, Jordan took a hit on that one. Jordan Love in the shotgun. 3rd and 15 coming up. Dumps it underneath to Jacobs, who has some blockers and will only pick up about 4 yards, though. There is a flag on the field. That sack was for Alex Wright. Big number 91, a former 3rd-round pick for Cleveland in 2022. I think this is going to be on, I think maybe Green Bay. Yep. So they're going to accept the penalty. They're trying to get Green Bay out of field goal range here. So they'll give them a second chance on 3rd down, but they will move them back. And that was on Romeo Doubs with an illegal push in the back. Yeah, the disappointing thing so far for this Packers offense has been their inability to get anything down the field, mostly due to the pressure. Jordan and sacked back at their own territory. Ball at the 41, man. Holy cow. From the left side, Myles Garrett able to get to Jordan Love along with Huntington. It has been a rough day for Jordan Morgan. Actually, no, sorry, that was Rasheed Walker. They moved Morgan. Yeah, Rasheed Walker, Jordan Morgan, anything on that left side that is not Zach Tom has not looked good for the Packers. And basically no return for the Cleveland Browns on the punt. Packers going to be on defense here for the final 2 minutes and 2 seconds of the first half. Only a field goal separates these teams. Man, it is looking like the freaking Minnesota and Atlanta game that we streamed last week. First and 10. Flacco with the handoff up the middle, and it'll be good for about 3 yards. And that is going to be the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Cleveland with the ball, looking for their first points of the half. Actually, the first points of the game, actually. And we are still searching for the first touchdown of this darn game. I was not expecting a low-scoring affair, to be honest with you. I knew the Packers offense, they went long stretches in each of their first 2 games without scoring something. After the Packers kind of came out to a pretty big lead in the first quarter and a half against Detroit, then they didn't really score much until kind of midway through the third. Then they went another long stretch without scoring much. And then against the Commanders, similar thing. They were able to kind of score early. Then they went a long stretch. They were able to pick it up there in the third. And then towards the end of the fourth quarter, not able to get much. So we've seen this Packer offense kind of, go long stretches, not always the most explosive at times, but they were still able to put up 27 points, nearly 30 in each of the first 2 games. Now the pressure getting on Jordan Love, not able to get anything really down the field. It's just, they got to find a way, man, to protect Jordan Love, buy him some time. And on top of that, they have not been able to get the running game going all season, to be honest with you. I think Jacobs has yet to get 100 yards on the season. He has been able to get into the end zone each of the last 2 games, but not able to pick up big chunks of yardage, not consistently, kind of like we saw last season. Yeah, it's going to be up to Matt LaFleur and these offensive coordinators to figure out something in the second half to get this Packers offense moving. All right, man. We are back here. Joe Flacco in the shotgun, alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers split out to that right side. Ball at the 24. Joe looking. Pressure, Micah Parsons. And Joe Flacco able to find somebody down the field for a gain of about 13 down to the 34. Officially to the 33, and that'll be a first down for Cleveland. Clock is running, 1:30 on the clock. Cleveland does have all 3 timeouts. Flacco in the shotgun takes the snap, looking over the middle, and will pick up about 4 or 5 yards. That is Njoku catching it over the middle. All right, ball at the 38. Flacco alone in the shotgun again. Not much pressure, has time, throws to the left, and it'll be incomplete. Nate Hobbs on the coverage. Just outside the outstretched hands of his receiver, man. Unrelated news: the Eagles cheerleaders are doing well on the sideline. Actually, I didn't know the Eagles had cheerleaders. The more you know, man. The more you know. We got 3rd and 5. Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his left. Has a little bit of time, running out of time, and wide open is number 3. That is Jerry Jeudy over the middle, getting it in Packers territory and just on the outskirts of field goal range for the Cleveland Browns. And they used their first timeout here to stop the clock. Right now they're showing 49 seconds. We'll see if they adjust it. Stefanski, literally was like, dude, I've been literally calling for a timeout for the last 3 seconds. Let's go. Woo! All right, they readjust the clock to 51. So it was at 49, then they readjusted it to 57, and then now it's at 51. Come on, you got to get it together, Fox. Get it together. Bengals got a field goal, 17-3. Oh, man. Minnesota is just destroying the Bengals right now. 1st and 10, ball at the 45 of Green Bay. Njoku in motion, Flacco in the shotgun. Takes the snap. And incomplete, trying to get it to Jerry Jeudy. Keyshawn Nixon on the coverage. 2nd and 10, 47 seconds left in the half. Keyshawn obviously coming off one of the, arguably his best game as a pro. Had 5 passes defended, man. The guy was just all over the freaking field, man. Just making plays, great tackles as well. So 2nd and 10, Flacco takes a snap, looking underneath the coverage, but Keyshawn Nixon just driving the receiver to the ground after just a gain of about 4. Ball at the 41, 3rd and 6 coming up. Flacco, clock is still continuing to run under 30 seconds. Shotgun, takes the snap, dumps it underneath the coverage to his running back, and Ford stays on his feet, gets the first down, gain of 6. That was Xavier McKinney missing the tackle, but there is a flag on the field, and it's going to be on Cleveland. So that'll wipe away a first down for Cleveland. All right, 18 seconds left. 3rd and 16. Ball back at the 49 of Cleveland. So over the middle to Njoku, and he'll get it to about the 44, maybe the 43. Cleveland stops the clock at 12 seconds, it looks like. Or, oh, no, Green Bay uses their final timeout. man, it looks like Cleveland is going to go for it here, man. 4th and 8. I think they're just trying to get the Packers to jump off sides. I'd be surprised if they snap this ball. I think they're just trying to get this ball past the 40 to make it a little bit of a more manageable kick. And no, don't even try to pretend like they're going to snap the ball. Looks like they were not organized, and Cleveland going to have to use a timeout here, their second of the half. We got Malik Willis on the sidelines, man. Okay, Malik growing a mustache. I see you. I see you, man. All right. Oh, actually, Cleveland is going to go for it here. 2 receivers split out to the left. Flacco trying to run, not successfully running really fast. And intercepted by Xavier McKinney. And X gon' give it to you, man. His first interception of the season. Let's freaking go. 2 seconds left in the half. Xavier McKinney, man, basically playing midfielder there. Just shagging balls deep. Woo! Flacco took an absolute shot by Lucas Van Ness on that throw, man. There we go, man. Best safety in the NFL gets his first interception of the season. Took him into week 3 to get it, but he got it. And Jordan is just gonna take a knee and get us to halftime. All right, man. All right. All right, at the half. Not a super exciting game if you like offense, because all we have is 3 points to show for it. Packers on top. All right, man. Quickly, Packers offense can't really throw the ball down the field. They can't run the ball super effectively, even though I don't think their run average is actually that bad. Let me look here. Yeah, Jacobs 3.5. Jordan obviously has 7 yards per carry. So yeah, basically between Emmanuel Wilson and Jacobs, they are averaging 3.5 yards per carry, which is not great by any means, but it's not terrible. So, yeah. But dang, dude. All right. So let's look around the league real quickly, and then we'll get back to the Packers and Browns. We'll break it down, what we saw, what each team is really struggling, what they're doing well at, and then what they need to do in the second half to win the game here. Because, I mean, there's only been a field goal, so there's plenty of time to get the win. All right, so with 3:54 left in the half, the Bengals are trailing 3-17 to the Minnesota Vikings. All right, Texans and Jags. Jags on top, 7-3 with 4:17 left in the half. The Colts 17-6 over the Titans at the 2-minute warning. The Commanders up by 7, 17-10 over the Raiders with a little under 3 minutes left in the half. And holy cow, man, the Rams taking it to the Eagles right now. They were down 7-0 to Philly. Right now it is 16-7 with $1:33 left in the first half. Panthers blowing out. No, I'm just messing with you. But they are up 10-0 over the Falcons with just a little over a minute left in the second quarter. And the Steelers 14-7 over the Patriots with 18 seconds left. Jets and Buccaneers. Buccaneers on top 10-6 over the Jets at the 2-minute warning. And of course, here at the half, Packers on top, 3-0 over the Cleveland Browns. All right, so that is your scores around the league. Woo. Man, we've had some pick sixes, man. They're just showing the Colts got a pick six of Cam Ward. Hot dang, dude. Just today is the week of pick sixes so far, man. I think that's the second one we've seen. All right, let's go back to the Packers and Browns game. Not a super exciting game, once again, if you're looking for offense, but defensively, pretty darn good. Pretty good. All right, so let's break down the numbers. Jordan Love, 10 for 13, 65 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. He has been sacked twice. Actually, no, 3 times, I believe, he has gone down. Yeah, he's been sacked 3 times. Josh Jacobs, 6 for 21. Jordan Love, 3 for 13. He ended up losing a yard on the QB and kneel down there at the end. Emmanuel Wilson, 2 for 7. Romeo Doubs, leading receiver, just 2 catches, 25 yards. He has looked good. Matthew Golden had 3 catches for 18 yards on the first 2 drives to start the game. Jacobs, 4 for 13. Most of them have come underneath on some little swing passes after Jordan just could not find anything down the field. All right, we got Quay Walker and Keyshawn Nixon leading the way with 4 tackles. Rashawn Gary with a sack on Joe Flacco. And then Xavier McKinney able to pick off Joe Flacco there as Joe just literally was just punting the ball down the field, trying to see if he could find anything, a little bit of a miracle, if you will, down the field. So X able to get his first interception of the season. Let's look around. Nothing too crazy on special teams. So let's look at the Browns. Joe Flacco, 11 of 16, 87 yards through the air, 0 interceptions, 1 interception. Quashon Judikins, 8 for 24, so averaging about 3 yards per carry. So once again, neither team really able to run the ball at this point. Dylan Sampson, 1 for 2. Cedric Tillman, 3 for 26. David Njoku, 3 for 19. Jerry Jeudy, just 1 for 17. And Isaiah Bond, 2 for 16. Leading tackler is Carson Schweinsteiger. He actually originally had a sack of Jordan Love on the Packers' last offensive drive, but that was wiped away after Matt LaFleur threw a challenge flag saying that there was too many men on the field. They looked at it. There was, and Schweinsteiger lost his sack of Jordan Love. Let me see here. Half a sack for Aiden Huntington as well as Malik Collins. Alex Wright has a full sack, and then Myles Garrett along with Mason Graham also splitting a sack of Jordan Love. So Packers offensive line has looked pretty darn awful in this game. By far their worst game so far this season. They ended up losing Zach Tom on the first play of the game. He was trying to come back from an injury that he sustained in week 1, and it did not last long. They had Jordan Morgan on that left side, but him struggling to not give up pressures on top of 2 really bad penalties, 2 false start penalties. He was replaced by Rashid Walker, who ended up giving up a sack later on in the second half there. Sorry, in the second quarter. My apologies. And unfortunately, a lot of the pressure has been coming from the interior line. Center, guards, the Cleveland Browns have been doing an amazing job of some stunts, delayed blitzes as well. It's just they have just really been able to dictate and move the Packers offensive line in one direction or another, and then they've been able to get somebody to loop around to get to Jordan Love. So we'll see how the Packers offensive line and the Packers offense kind of adjust to that. Um, I don't know, man. I think the best way to be able to dictate that is to be able to run the ball. If you start being able to run the ball, you're going to force this Cleveland defense, especially the front seven, to play a little bit more down the middle. Play for the run or the pass, not just for the pass. Because right now they're not respecting that the Packers can just play a little play action, delayed handoff up the middle. That's what I'm hoping the Packers play with a little bit early on in the second half, but we'll see. When it comes to the Packers defense, they've been doing darn well, man. The pressure has been there consistently. They haven't been able to get to Flacco each time. They only have one sack, but there's been at least 2 or 3 times where he was being basically wrapped up, or they were just half a step away from bringing down Joe Flacco for a sack. I think it was one of the first snaps. Joe Flacco literally was wrapped up, but able to get the ball out for an incomplete pass. On that last one where Joe Flacco threw a pick, he was getting hit by Lucas Van Ness. And then there was, I'm trying to think, there was another play that Lucas Van Ness nearly got to Joe Flacco, man. It was like so darn close. And then on the throw to Judy just before the half, it was like the 17-yarder. Joe Flacco's hand ended up getting hit, and that ball just kind of spun around, but Flacco able to put enough on it for his receiver to get underneath it and make a pretty good catch. So once again, the Packers defense able to get pressure. Coverage looks darn good because the Cleveland Browns have not been able to really get much down the field. They've had a couple, catches, anywhere between 12 to 17 yards, but after that, they haven't been able to find consistency after those big plays. So Packers defense doing a darn good job. Cleveland offense, very similar to the Packers offense. They can't run the ball. They're struggling to find stuff down the field. And they are, I think the Packers are doing a little bit of a better job of getting their players in position to make plays after the catch, but Cleveland's defense just doing a great job tackling and securing the ball carrier to the ground. So, because we've seen Romeo Doubs, man, he's made some really good catches, man, some great routes. I think the other guys need to get involved. We need to get Matthew Golden involved again. Hopefully we can get the ball down the field for him. Dontavian Wicks needs to get going. Tucker Kraft I don't think he hasn't caught a pass yet. He had one that went through his hands when he was running to the right sideline. But that's been it, man. Tight ends have not been able to be involved in this game. But let me know what you think so far. Is there anything that you're seeing, but yeah, let me know if I missed anything. But that's kind of it, man. Both offenses struggling to do anything effectively or consistently. Yeah, there's been a dominant performance by both defenses. Let's go. All right, man. But if you're just joining us, we are currently at halftime. We're trying to see what happens here in the second half. This game is all open, man, for anybody to take it over, really. But if you're just joining us, please leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're closing in on that number, man. We do every possible game we can on the channel, man. We do primetime games, Packer games. Does not matter if it's football. It's going to be on the channel as long as we can get it to it. So leave a like and subscribe if that's something that you're interested in. We're also going to be trying to drop some other stuff throughout the season, some power rankings. I'm going to try to do power rankings at least once a month. I don't mind doing them every week, but it's more of like there's just so much fluctuation. There's so much, I like a little bit of a bigger overview. So we'll be doing a power ranking video at least once every month, and then we'll see how the frequency, if those videos do well, man, we'll try to do them more and more. please leave a like on the video, man. It helps out immensely. Thank you. All right. Looks like we're coming back from the break here. Smite in to kick this one away to Green Bay. Jordan Love and this Packers offense will be starting with the ball here. Caught at around the 2. Savion Williams returning this one across the field to the 20, 25, and taken down at the 26 is the rookie out of TCU. All right, we got Jordan in the shotgun, single receiver to the right, running back to behind him there. Looks like Heath in motion. Handoff up the middle. Jacobs hitting the hole hard, and will pick up about 4, getting it down to the 30. So we got 2nd and 6, man. Yeah, Jacobs has had a quieter start to the season than we were expecting for sure. He has not been bad. Like you can tell, man, when the gaps are there, he explodes and picks up good yardage, but it's been few and far between. Jordan in the shotgun, 2 receivers split out to the left. Romeo, actually, Wicks in motion. Jordan keeping this one and will slide just before the first down marker. I think they're going to mark him just shy. Another keeper, man. Packers are just trying to find any way to be able to get down the field, man. They're letting Jordan run here. All right, we got 3rd and 1. Jordan in the shotgun, Kraft in motion. He's going to take the snap, but it's going to be a penalty on the Packers offensive line, the left guard moving before anybody. And that's going to be on Jordan Morgan, man. That is his 3rd false start, or at least 3rd penalty, I should say, in the game. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Packers. Ball at the 30. They need to get it to the 36. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Nope. Sacked back at the 25. And for the 4th time today, Jordan Love goes down. Whew. It is looking ugly for this Packers offense. I legitimately do not know what's going on with the Packers offense, man. Rasheed Walker and Josh Jacobs basically triple teaming somebody with Tucker Kraft on the left side and just left anybody to go up the middle there. Punt is away, caught at the 29, and that's where it'll be marked after the fair catch. All right, man. Cleveland only down by 3. They have a big chance here to either tie it up or take the lead with a scoring drive. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to grab a water. I'll be right back. All right, let's go. Oh man, I was not expecting this much of a struggle for the Packers offense. I knew Cleveland had a good front seven. I knew that. I knew Myles Garrett was going to be a problem. It's just that they've been good like that for a long time. Um, but man, dude, it has been rough to move the ball here, man. And once again, it would be very different if the Packers could run the ball. I think that would help immensely with the pressure. But the fact that they can't run the ball, that's only going to make the passing game so much worse, man. Jordan Love, every time he drops back, there is no fear that they're going to be running the ball at any point. So, I don't know. Minnesota, Isaiah Rodgers forced a fumble and returned it for a touchdown, then forced a second fumble that Minnesota has now offensively scored a touchdown. Dude, Cleveland, Cincinnati, the other team in Ohio, is just falling apart, man. That's rough. First and 10, ball at the 29. Joe Flacco play action. Roll into his right, pursued by Gary, and incomplete. Second and 10 coming up, 12:26 on the clock here. Also, he had their picks. Woo! Isaiah Rodgers, man. Absolutely killing it. So not only do we have Zach Tom out, we also have Aaron Banks out with a groin. They are both questionable to return. I would be surprised if they did. Second and 10, handoff up the middle here. And a gain of only about 2, maybe 2.5 for Judkins. That is Quay Walker and Isaiah McDuffie on the tackle. All right, so we got 3rd and 8 coming up. Flacco alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers split out to the left. Takes the snap. Pressure. And down he goes. And that is Rashawn Gary getting there first. I believe Lucas Van Ness was there as well. Woo! Packers pass rush is still strong, man. Micah Parsons getting chipped on that left side. But hot dang, dude. Rashawn Gary throws away the running back, gets past the right tackle, and gets to Joe Flacco. Beautiful. Beautiful. 4th and 19. The punt is away. Bounce in, and it'll be right around the 28. So it's going to be decent field position for the Packers offense, man. They got to get something going here. And then we have Stefanski there just throwing up his hands, you know. You know, of course, man. We all know Stefanski, man. We all know Steven Stefanski. You know, two-time coach of the year, Steven Stefanski there. And if you know why I'm chuckling, you know, right? All right, let's check it out here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's continue to look around the league. Let's get some updates here on the scores. Yeah, oh, Jesus. Vikings just absolutely destroying the Joe Burrow-less Bengals there. Obviously, the Vikings are without their own starting quarterback, but I don't think that would be making a difference right now. Yeah, it is 31-3, just before the half. 14 seconds still left in that first half. Jeez. Jaguars up 7-3 at halftime. Colts up 20-6 at halftime against the Titans. Commanders have a 10-point lead against the Raiders. Rams absolutely just blowing out the Philadelphia Eagles. At one point, the Eagles led 7-0. They are now down 26-7. 14 minutes left in the third in that game. Panthers still have a 10-0 lead over the Falcons. And Steelers-Patriots has not changed. Still 14-7 Steelers. And the Buccaneers are pulling away from the Jets 20-6 at halftime. Buccaneers on top. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna crack a little some energy here. Oh, Savion Williams takes the snap at quarterback. He tries to keep it, and it'll be a loss of 2. All right. You know what? I gotta give it to him, man. They're at least trying something different. All right. It'll be 2nd and long coming up. Yeah, the pressure rate today, 50%. Sack rate, 22%. 2nd and 13. 2 receivers split out to the left. Jordan in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Quick throw, getting it out to Wicks. To the 30, 35, breaks another tackle, and will be about a yard shy of the first. A gain of 12 for Dontavian Wicks. Beautiful, man. Wicks originally lined up on that. There's a flag. Originally lined up on the right side, pre-snapped, looped around behind Jordan Love, and basically caught it as like a swing pass. But unfortunately, another penalty on the Packers' offensive line, this one on Rasheed Walker. Illegal man downfield. My goodness, man. Come on. Shooting yourself in the foot. It'll be 2nd and 18 here. Quick throw to Jacobs. Breaks the tackle to the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Down in Cleveland territory. Let's go. I think they're going to mark him around the 49, maybe the 48 of the Browns. Woo! Oh, that was a beautiful design play, man. Using the pass rush, their aggressiveness against them. Nice job. Jordan in the shotgun, handoff up the middle. This one to Emmanuel Wilson, and he'll get it just past the 45 down to the 44. That's a gain of about 4. All right, 2nd and 6 coming up for the Packers. Dahlia, football. Yes. All right, 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Jordan in the shotgun with a running back to his right. Quick throw to the right sideline, and Dontavian Wicks. Nice catch, and they will mark him a yard shy of the first down. I don't like the spot, to be honest with you. I think he was at least closer. I don't think he got the first down, but he's more than a yard away. Yeah, there's been 6 sacks in this game, an interception, 19 pressures, 2 sacks for the Packers, 10 pressures for the Packers, and an interception as well for them, but then 4 sacks and 9 pressures for the Cleveland defense. All right, we got 3rd and 1, Jordan under center, single back in the backfield, 3 receivers stacked up on that left side. And Jordan not looking what he is seeing here. And he's going to use the Packers' first timeout of the second half. Oh. Sorry, Dahlia. That's what you were telling me. You were telling me move the ball. My goodness. See, this is why I need the chat right there, man. Unbelievable. Kicked a 62-yard field. Whoo. Just a beatdown, man. Just a beatdown by the Vikings. 34-3. All right, we got 3rd and 1. Jordan under center. Jacobs in the backfield. Toss to the left. Cut it upfield, and we'll get the first down. Gain of 2. And they will be just inside the 40, down to about the 38. All right, Packers keeping it moving here. 1st and 10, ball at the 38. Jordan in the shotgun, hands it off to Wilson, and he'll be good for about 3 yards, actually, getting it down to the 35. All right, so it looks like we have another offensive lineman for the Packers heading to the sideline. This one, Rasheed Walker. And he has his helmet taken away from him, so we will see what's going on here. So we got 2nd and 7. Jordan in the shotgun. Pressure over the middle. Gets it out to Tucker Kraft for a gain of 3. Kraft clearly being limited by that knee injury that he has, man. They have not really put him into... okay. So the good news is Walker is not injured. It's just that his face mask started to fall off. 3 receivers to the left, handoff up the middle, and Emmanuel Wilson with a first down run and keeps it going, man. Big run for the Packers. By far one of the best runs of the day. Ball at the 22. Handoff up the middle. This one to Wilson again, and he'll get it down to the 20. Gain of 2 yards. All right, so in is Anthony Belton, the rookie 2nd-round pick for Rasheed Walker. 2nd and 8, Jordan in the shotgun. Handoff again up the middle, and the Packers pick up a yard with Jacobs. Got it, maybe to the 19. See Strom! Morning. I heard the game is close. Yeah, you could, yeah. Yep. A little too close. You know, if it's going to be a 3-point game, I would rather it be like, 13-10, maybe 16 to, something. But yeah, not a whole lot of points, but Packers look like they might be putting something on the board here. So Jordan in the shotgun over the middle, gets it to Wicks, who stays on his feet to the 5 and down to the 3-yard line is Dontavian Wicks. Woo! Jordan Love, man, just throwing a bullet in between 2 defenders. Wicks able to break a tackle, stays on his feet down to the 3. And we have a Cleveland Brown down on the ground. might either be cramping or just, hey, let's slow this Packers offense down before they start getting some momentum. Clock is stopped at 4:20. Nice. See, Strum, I know we said the Packers wanted to go 3-0, but I didn't think quite what they meant. I agree. I agree. Definitely not what we expected. But you know what? As long as they get the win, baby. Like I don't care if this was the Super Bowl and they won 3-0. It would be a boring Super Bowl, unfortunately. But you know what? You know what? Let's go, man. All right, we're on a commercial break, but hey, while we have a little bit of time, just to motivate the Packers to make sure that they score a touchdown, make sure you leave a like on subscribe. All right, man? Leave a like and subscribe. If you do those things, the Packers will score a touchdown in this drive, right? So, for all cheese, for all the cheese in the world right now, and for all Packer fans around the world, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. All right, we do every Packer game, every primetime game, every game that we can, we do on the channel. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you leave a like. Thank you. Wait, who is starting? Joe Cool, Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback. And he's been pretty solid for him. Nothing too crazy for Joe Flacco, but he has been solid. All right, we're back. First and goal. Jordan in the shotgun. Tight end to his left, and he's going to try to go up the middle with Jacobs, and no good. Second and goal coming up, man. Cleveland doing a heck of a job stopping one of the best running backs in the NFL right now. Another quick snap to the right this time, and nowhere to go. Third and goal, man. Holy cow. I think they were trying to catch Cleveland, just kind of not super ready to go, but yeah, man, that gap just outside the right tackle just closed up. Another handoff, play action. Jordan running, and touchdown! Woo! Let's freaking go! And that goes to the former Atlanta Falcon, John Fitzpatrick, the tight end. Let's go, baby. Oh, baby. Finally, man. Finally got into the end zone. Jordan, I think he went through about 3 or 4 guys before he went to Fitzpatrick there. Well, I'll get to the chat here in just a second. I'm going to... Extra point is up, and it is right down the middle. McManus, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Makes it a 2-possession lead, 10-0. Green Bay over the Cleveland Browns. All right, let's see here. Oh, I swear, it feels like the Colts are definitely exceeding expectations. They were honestly kind of low going into this. I agree. I don't think anybody expected, especially when they were trying to choose between Danny Dimes and Richardson. Richardson it looked like his progression as a quarterback was not really meeting expectations. Obviously, him subbing himself out kind of rubbed some people the wrong way. I don't know how it rubbed his teammates in that sense, but it didn't look like he was viewed as a leader in that locker room just yet. Who knows if that'll change? I'm hoping for a lot for the kid, man. But yeah, that was a rough second season for him. And then obviously Danny Dimes. We have seen what he's done in the league. To be honest with you, I don't think he's ever had a great team around him, but he's never been a guy that's elevated the squad around him either. So I think everybody was like, if they can get 6 or 7 wins, that would be, I don't want to say a successful season, but that would be better you know, than some people thought. But yeah, man, the Colts look good, man. That defense looks good. The weapons around them look freaking solid. That offensive line for them also looks damn good. And right now, Daniel Jones is playing the best football of his career. You know. Let me see here. I think they're dominating the Titans at the moment, and nice to see the Commanders might be bouncing back. We'll have to see how those 2 games end. Absolutely, I agree. The Commanders, I think the last time I saw, they were up by 10. Last time I checked. Let's check it out. Yeah, 20-10 over the Raiders, and then the Colts 27-6 over the Titans. Man, yeah, that Colts offense looks explosive. Whew. All right. Vikings are at halftime. They're up by 31 points over the Bengals. Honestly, J.J. McCarthy getting injured might have been the best thing to happen for the Vikings. I know they're going up against a Bengals team who has not been amazing, even with Joe Burrow at the helm. And now that they're without him, they're clearly a lesser offense for it. But dang, dude, 34-3. Packers punt this one, or kick this one away, and it'll be across the 25 down to about the 26. That is Carter. And Seastrom, nice. Go Green Bay. David, woo! And Dahlia, oh my God. I know. Finally happened, man. We finally scored a touchdown in this game. All right. Joe Flacco in the shotgun. 3:18 left in the third. He's got 2 receivers split out to the left. Running back moves into the backfield with him. Joe looking, throws it underneath, and absolutely blown up. And that is Edgerrin Cooper getting to the running back for a gain of just 1. We'll see if this Packers defense can continue to just bolt down the hatches here and just force Cleveland to not really get much of an offense. All right, shotgun. Play action. Joe looking. Oh, he finds a man in Njoku. First down across the 40. And the Cleveland Browns move the chains. Just a nice little shallow cross there by Njoku. All right, we got 1st and 10. Flacco under center. Single receiver to the right. Fakes the handoff. Has a little bit of time, and we'll just throw this one away. Couldn't find anything down the field, and then his options underneath were limited, so just live to get the 2nd down. All right. Flacco hands it off up the middle, and it's going to be some decent yardage. Gain of 6, 3rd and 4 coming up for the Cleveland Browns. Surprised the Texans just made the same mistake the Broncos did. I think the one where the defense tries to use the opposing lineman as leverage and springboard. Yeah, I like it. That has been like the last couple years, man. That has been clearly drilled. You cannot do that. Like, it's wild that teams continue to try to do that. All right, Flacco in the shotgun. Looking, throws to the left. No, incomplete. Ball too high for his receiver. I mean, he was open, man. That is open in the NFL. Joe Flacco just putting a little too much sauce on that throw. Hit the receiver in the hands, but that was not going to be an easy catch, man. That was a tough one. That was to Isaiah Bond, the rookie, who also has a pretty decent catch already in this game. Punt is away, and it'll go into the end zone. Matthew Golden back there on the return. See, Strum, I'm pretty sure that's the same penalty the Broncos just had cost them the game last week. Yeah, against the Colts, because the Colts would have missed that like 60+ yard field goal, and then a penalty like that, they just ended up giving them not only did they get them closer, you got them a second chance, and then Schrader able to get a game winner last week against the Broncos. There's a flag on the field here. We got 1:12 left in the third. I don't see the Cleveland offense running up back on the field, so I think it's going to be on Cleveland if it is. Yep. Personal foul on the Browns. That was on number 31. Who is number 31 for the Browns? Donovan McMillan, the rookie undrafted player out of Pittsburgh, out of Pitt. All right, we're on a commercial break here. We're not missing a thing. All right. But if you're just joining us, man, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're closing in on that number, man. We're getting closer and closer. We do every game that we possibly can on the channel, man. Primetime games, Packer games, does not matter. And we'll be dropping some other stuff as the season progresses as well. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you like and subscribe, man. Thank you. Oh, my God. There we go. So, looking at some scores, the Texans kicked a field goal here to make it 3-10. Commanders now have a 17-point lead over the Raiders. Eagles finally got back on the board here, have cut the lead to just 12 for the Rams, 14-26. Panthers just absolutely bonking the Falcons right now, 20-0. What the heck? And the Buccaneers, man, 23-6 over the New York Jets. Dude, we got some freaking blowouts, man. We got, Bengals game, Colts game, Commanders, Panthers, and Buccaneers all have like 2 to 3 possession leads. 1st and 10, Jordan in the shotgun, looking it underneath the coverage, trying to get it to Kraft, who will get it across the 40 down to the 42. Tucker Kraft, man, finally getting involved in the second half. Stegosaurus, I picked the Falcons to win, so that game needs Atlanta's defense to get 5 pick sixes in a row. I agree, because I have them as my fantasy defense, so yeah. 2nd and 3, end around on Matthew Golden, and he's good for 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. All right, man, some positive yardage, getting the ball a little closer to that first down. It's all right. All right, we got 3rd and 1. Jordan in the shotgun. Hurry up offense. 3 receivers split out on that right side. Running back to his left. It looks like Chris Brooks, the running back. See what they do here. Pressure, running. Sacked back at the 30. That is the 5th sack of the day. Jordan Love, man. He's got to throw that ball away. Well, Schweinsteiger finally got his sack. He had one early in the game, but it was wiped away by a penalty, and now he gets another one. Gets it back. Jesus, man. WTF, why didn't he throw that ball out, Tom? Yeah, man, it's been... I don't know, man. I do not know. That was a questionable one. I think, like, I get it. You were trying to hold on to the ball as, you know, trying to give your guys as much time. But, like, I mean, the guy is literally, like, 2-3 yards away from you. And he's, like, just sprinting. Like, you gotta save some yardage. You know, make sure that punt can get as deep as it possibly can. Yeah, that was a questionable one for Jordan there. I think that was just an unnecessary stat on the stat sheet. Sorry, an unnecessary sack on the stat sheet. Woo! All right, man. If you guys are just joining us, Packers on top, 10-0 here. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Trying to get to 100 subscribers before October, man. So we're closing in on that number. All right, looks like we're coming back here. Packers going to punt this one away. Punt is going to be caught at the 8, to the 15, and down to the 20 is Carter. That's a freaking great pursuit there by McDuffie. All right, man. That third quarter just flew by, man. We are now in the fourth. All right. All right. Flacco going to be under center here. Single back in the backfield. Receiver in motion. Takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. And the Packers defense doing a good job holding them down to about 2 or 3 yards on the carry. Second and 7. Joe Flacco in the shotgun. Throws underneath. Gets it out to his receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 1 coming up for Cleveland. Out across the 30 down to about the 34. All right, you're starting to see this this Cleveland offense trying to pick up the pace a little bit. They're down by 2 possessions in the 4th. Their offense hasn't really done a whole lot. I think their best drive was getting down to about the 42 of the Green Bay Packers, but then they ended up having a penalty that pushed them back all the way into their own territory. Flacco under center, receiver in motion, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a very short one here. Play action, pressure, Quay Walker, and incomplete. Flacco trying to get the ball to his receiver down the field. Good coverage, great pursuit, great pressure, and it'll be 4th and 1. Looks like Cleveland is going to stay on the field. Let's go. That was Quay Walker, literally right up the middle, putting the pressure on Joe Flacco. Fourth and 1. Double, and he is going to get the first down, I think. It's going to be very close. There was basically two freaking fullbacks there. That basically was like a makeshift wishbone. He got slightly, and I mean slightly, past the line to gain there. Close one. All right, 1st and 10 for Cleveland. Ball just at the 35. Flacco in the shotgun takes a snap, looking, throws to the right, and nearly picked off by Edger and Cooper, man. Able to get a hand on it, force it incomplete. Trying to get it to Njoku. Woo! That would have been beautiful if he picked that one off. 2nd and 10. Flacco alone in the shotgun, looking, and incomplete. That was Nate Hobbs on the coverage, the former Las Vegas Raider, working on Jerry Jeudy. All right, 3rd and 10. Single receiver to the left. Flacco in the shotgun takes the snap, looking, pressure, throws it deep down the field. He has a man, and it's going to be out of bounds, I believe. Got it to Cedric Tillman, but there are flags, and we're seeing a lot of, hey, he pushed. We'll see what it is. Offensive pass interference on Cedric Tillman. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't even think it was a catch, to be honest with you. So, but they called it a catch, so the Packers have to accept the penalty, so it'll be 3rd and 20. 2 receivers split out to the right. Flacco alone in the shotgun, looking, pressure, not getting there immediately. And that is Javon Bullard, unable to get the player down on the ground, it'll be a first down, but there is a flag. It came very early on the play. So I'm expecting this one to be on Cleveland. Oh, no. It's actually going to be on Micah Parsons. Neutral zone infraction. So I think the broadcast didn't have the right line to gain on the first down because I saw they crossed the yellow line, but I was like, seems a little too close. So it'll be 3rd and 15 after the accepted penalty there. Yeah, they need to get it to the 45. Flacco gets it underneath to the 35, to the 40, and Ford able to get about 5 yards shy of the first. All right, Cleveland going to send out Bojorquez on this punt. 4th and 4 coming up. Fake punt? No, just a regular punt. Oh, oh, oh! Beautiful punt by Bojorquez. It's going to be down at the 2. Cleveland fans are not happy, man. They have been frustrated for basically almost the entire second half. Is Joe Flacco gonna get benched? They've been showing Dylan Gabriel on the sidelines with his helmet on for basically the last 3 offensive Cleveland drives. So we'll see if they're gonna bring out the rookie quarterback, man. They do have Shedeur Sanders on the active roster, but he was made inactive for this game. So unless Flacco and Dylan Gabriel are injured, we will not see Shedeur Sanders. He is the emergency quarterback. He can only come into the game if there's basically no healthy quarterbacks left on the roster. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel started out his career at UCF. Then he went to Oklahoma, and then he finished off his career in Oregon. He was the 3rd-round pick for the Cleveland Browns this past spring. But who knows, man? I mean, we have elite Joe Flacco here, man. Yeah, Flacco is, holy cow, Flacco is 40 years old. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought he was a little bit, I forgot, he was I guess he was 23 when he came into the league. Whew. All right, Packers offense. Let's move this ball over here. Jordan in the end zone, gets it out, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Jacobs down the left sideline there, but good pressure, good coverage. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. Being this close to the end zone, man, it's always so nervous, man. I just don't force the ball, man. Don't force the ball. Handoff. Jacobs gets a little bit more wiggle room. Picks up about 2, maybe 3. Jordan in the shotgun, looking, throws to the right, hits Golden down the right sideline, out across the 38. First down for the rookie. Oh my God, that was. That might have been the best throw I've seen from Jordan Love this season. And just the way Golden caught it, man, over his shoulder, leaping in the air. Oh, beautiful, man. And Jordan's thrown some nice balls this season, but that one was just in stride. All right, ball at the 38, handoff up the middle, and it'll go for probably negative yardage there. So second down and long coming up. Sounds like a great play. It was. It was beautiful, man. Yeah, Golden basically was the outside receiver on the right side, and literally it was basically just a go route. The receiver that was covering him stayed underneath. The safety did not get over the top on time, and it was just a perfectly timed throw, just in that little soft spot in the coverage. Second and 11, ball back at the 36. Jordan takes the snap, looking, has time, dumps it, and will be incomplete, too high for Josh Jacobs. Showing the highlight here, and looks like the Eagles have made it a one-possession game, 21-26, early in the fourth. The rain is coming down over there in Cleveland now. All right, Jordan in the shotgun. He's got two receivers split out to the left, running back to his right. Looking, pressure, gets it out to Jacobs, who cannot haul it in. Another pass too high for Josh Jacobs. Maybe the rain is affecting Jordan, but that was actually the third time he has thrown the ball to Jacobs on this drive, and all three of them were way too high. That one did hit Jacobs in the hands this time, but still. Ah, man, I thought they were gonna have something going after that great freaking pass and catch by Matthew Golden. And the punt is in the end zone. And out comes Joe Flacco. Cleveland going to stick with the veteran quarterback. Let's look at what's happening here. All right, man. We got 5 people watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We do every possible game we can on the channel. Primetime games, Packer games, does not matter, man. It's on the channel if we can get to it. So, if you want to be part of that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. So it looks like the Packers offensive line is doing a lot better, man. They've been giving Jordan a little bit more time. The pressure has not been as consistent as it was in the first half. So that's a positive. Packers still not really running the ball too well, at least compared to what they were doing last year. The running game really hasn't been getting going this season for the Pack. But let's see here. Where are we at? Jacobs, 13 for 28, just 2.2 yards per carry. Emmanuel Wilson, 6 for 25. So he's averaging a decent 4.2 yards on the ground. Matthew Golden, the leading receiver now with 4 catches for 52 yards. And Josh Jacobs, 5 for 44. Yeah, we haven't seen Romeo get a pass yet in this second half. I think he's still just 2 for 25. Good chunk of I'm pretty sure both of those came in the first quarter. All right, Flacco under center. Judy in motion. Handoff to the left. Breaks a tackle to the 25 and across the first down marker in a big, big run for about 14 yards, man. Down to the 20. What is that? Sorry, to the 34. Javon Bullard, man. You can't tackle like that, man. You gotta. All right, Flacco under center, single back in the backfield, another handoff this time. Breaks loose to the 50, 45, 40, down inside the 30 of the Packers. Just an unbelievable run by the Cleveland Browns, man. Packers defense giving up the biggest play of the game. Looks like there is some confusion going on here, man. Ugly. David Stegosaurus. Boom, man. The ghosts are out after that play. Joe in the shotgun. Pressure. Micah Parsons nearly getting to him. Packers unable to tackle, but they hold him down to just 1 yard. That was Jerome Ford on the swing pass there to the left. Parsons on the sidelines here. Second and 9. Flacco, quick throw underneath, gets it out to his run. Oh my God, breaking a tackle to the 2015. 2 Green Bay Packers had him wrapped up at the 22, and then he got loose from both of them somehow and able to get it inside the 20. I know it's wet, man, but you got to wrap up. Yeah, both McDuffie and Quay Walker unable to wrap up the ball carrier there. And then Evan Williams missing on the tackle too. That was just ugly. Ball at the 14, first and 10. Flacco under center. Hands up the middle, and this one will go nowhere. Gain of maybe 1. Packers front 7, that's this time able to stop the run. And I think that was, who was that? That was Carl Brooks, man, the big man, number 94. Carl Brooks out of Bowling Green, one of my favorite colleges to say. Second and 9, ball at the 13. Flacco in the shotgun. Trying to get his receiver to move to the right side. Flacco looking over the middle and out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Browns here, man. So far, their best drive by far. They're going to actually have some a chance here at some points. But hopefully we get a pick 6. All right, come on. Come on, Cheesehead. Work your magic. Work your magic. We got 3rd and 9. Flacco takes the snap. Pressure. Throws. No one there. And a late, very, very late flag comes in. Come on, dude. Oh, it's going to be... Okay. What? He pointed to Cleveland. Then he. Okay. Okay. So that is going to be on Javon Bullard, who has had a little bit of a rough day. Okay. Okay. I see it now. Okay. So that'll be an automatic first down penalty on the Georgia Bulldog there. 6:02 left in the game. Flacco in the shotgun. Two receivers split out to the left. Handoff up the middle here and get it down inside the 5. Gain of about 4 for the Browns. 2nd and goal coming up. New England loses another fumble. 5th turnover of the day. Oof. Jeez. Today seems like a sloppy day for offenses, man. You know, you got the Bengals with a bunch of turnovers. You got this game. We haven't gotten a turnover outside of the interception, but a lot of sacks and a lot of mistakes. Seems like a sloppy day for NFL offenses. Up the middle, stays on his feet and will pick up about a yard down to about the 4, maybe the 3. Is Judikins. Ooh, rolled up on Jerry Jeudy, but I think he's all right. All right, baby, come on. We got 6 people watching this game. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. Let's do it. Come on, let's get a stop here on 3rd and goal. Joe looking, throws over the middle and in and out of the hands of Jerry Jeudy. But he will get flagged. That is going to be on Keyshawn Nixon, who is not happy with the call. Texans Jags have been very sloppy on offense. I believe it, man. I believe it. And that's going to be on Keyshawn Nixon. That'll be, unfortunately, a brand new set of downs. First, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. That's a bad call. That's a freaking terrible call, man. He never turned Jeudy around. Play action. Can't find anybody, and incomplete. Great coverage, great pressure. Packers defense holding up. Clock is stopped at 4:40. Apparently, Thomas, Jags receiver, has been continuing his rough track record of having way too many drops. He only caught 4 of 12 passes that went his way. Ooh. So does that mean 8 drops or just just 12 targets out of 4 catches? How many drops out of those 12 targets? All right, we got 2nd and goal. Cleveland in the eye, very condensed formation. Hand off to the left and goes nowhere. Right at the goal line. 3rd and goal coming up. Packers playing that run perfectly. There's going to be a flag, though. And that's going to be on Cleveland. Basically a chop block, personal foul. 8 drops last week. I think more this week. Oof. Yeah, that's a rough season already, man. Like, even if you had 8 drops in 17 games, that is rough. Yeah, that's going to be on number 77 there. One of the Packers defensive linemen engaged in a block, dove very low on his leg. So 2nd and goal all the way back at the 16. Joe pressured Micah and gets the ball out, and they will lose yardage back at the 20. Great job by the Packers defense. Quay Walker, Javon Bullard there for the loss. Yeah, once again, Micah Parsons looping around on the blind side. Nearly got to Joe Flacco. But Javon Bullard, the first guy there, Quay Walker helping him clean it up and bringing him down for a big loss. All right, 3rd and goal all the way at the 20. Joe looking, pressure, gets it underneath, but it'll only pick up about 2 or 3 yards. And we have a Packer down on the ground. I believe that is Javon Bullard. I think he got hit in the head. I noticed somebody got hit because it was like he was going to the left side of the field. The play was running to the right, and I think his head just kind of got caught in the collision there. So hopefully Bullard is okay, man. That because you have to worry about a concussion. Like anytime your head is like kind of out there, you have to worry about concussion, neck injury, things like that, man. And yeah, neither one is a good day. So hopefully it's just maybe he just got his head kind of rung there just a little bit, which is a concussion, but I don't know. Damn. Hey Seastrom, how are you feeling about the Cowboys' chances today? It's a good question, man. It is a good question against Chicago there. All right. So while the training staff attends to Javon Bullard there, the clock is stopped at 3:56 in the game. Philly blocked a Rams field goal. Boo! He was knocked out. Saw that right away. Yeah, man. Not good. I really hope the dude is okay, man. Like again, like the best case scenario is just he got hit and he got knocked out. Um, yeah, I didn't want to say the other worst case scenario. I talked about it, man. Injury to the neck. Decent. The Bears, right? I think we're playing the Bears this week. We'll see how it goes. Oh, look, another drop and then a pick by the Jags offense. Texans have the ball back. All right, well, the good news is Javon Bullard is walking off the field. He looks more annoyed than anything else. So, all right, Cleveland in for this 35-yard kick, and they get their first points of the game. 3:42 left in the game, and Cleveland has made it a one-possession game. Oh, wide open receiver. Texans, yeah, wow, wide open. Oh my goodness, man. That sounds like Jesus. Jags were looking good this year, man. They're even in a loss, they looked good, and now it looks like they. Well, good for the Texans, man. They needed a bounce back game because they were looking rough to start the year, and being able to get a win in the division, it's going to help them out late in the year, man. Because they started out 0-2. All right. Packers have the ball here. 3:38 left in the game. All right, let's see if the Packers offense can get a final scoring drive here. Caught at the 8. Savion Williams returning it to the 2025. Stays on his feet and out across the 34 is the rookie out of TCU. It's going to be a flag. It's going to be a couple flags actually on the Packers. One, 2 holding penalties, and unfortunately that'll move that decent return back. All right, come on. Come on, Cheesehead. Work your magic, man. Give us a good scoring drive here, man. Love under center. Single back in the backfield. Single receiver to the left. Matthew Golden in motion. Gets the end around handoff. And he's going to cut it upfield and will pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards. Decent job, actually. And Cleveland will use their first timeout of the second half. All right, Love under center here. 2nd and 6. Ball at the 22. Single receiver to the right side. Golden again gets another handoff. He breaks a tackle in the backfield. Gets another tackle and will pick up about 2 or 3 yards down to the 25. Man, the Packers they're trying to get this young man involved, and he's doing a decent job so far. Not big yardage, but the clock continues to roll until Cleveland actually uses their second timeout here. Cleveland only has 1 more left. They're down by 7, 3:18 left in the game. The Packers need points on this drive, man. We do not want to go into overtime. All right, Love in the shotgun, running back to his right. Quick throw, and it's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Spin move and gets it inside the 5. Yep. Jordan Love throwing his first pick of the season. It just looked like it was a miscommunication, a timing route. The pit was like right there, man. I don't know what was going on. You can't make that kind of throw, man. I'm not even talking about a pick. I'm talking about like you can't make a throw that's like so dependent on 2 guys being on the same page this late. Quick throw to the left, and it's going to be pass interference on the Packers in the goal right in the end zone. Evan Williams trying to make sure that it wasn't a touchdown. Damn. No, Love pick, rough. Spin move. Yeah, we got a spin move, unfortunately. But seriously, what was going on in that Panthers game? I don't know, man. I haven't gotten a chance to watch the Panthers game yet, so, man, yeah. Handoff up the middle and touchdown, Cleveland. And it is all tied up. 9 unanswered points technically for the Cleveland Browns. 3:01 left in the game. Oof. You can't keep teams around like this, man. If you're a good team, you got to put these types of teams away. Simple as that. So are the Browns deep on their side of the field? No. They're basically inside the 10 of the Packers. Yeah, so touchdown, Cleveland, and they get the points as well, the extra point. So yeah, the Packers were basically at their own like 30, 25. And then when they got picked off, it was a good return by DePitt, who got it inside the 10. I think they got it around like the 5-yard line. And then obviously the penalty in the end zone got it to the 1. And then Cleveland just punching it in there on 1st and goal. Yeah, I don't know. All right, kick is away to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30. Keep the ball across the 35, keeps it going, and down to the 40 is Savion Williams with a beautiful return, man. Let's freaking go. Giving the Packers a chance here to try to win this one late. 2:52 left in the clock here, man. Final quarter, man. Jesus. All right, Love in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on the left, running back to his right. Ball at the 40. Let's go. Pressure. Jordan throw deep. Tries to get it to Romeo Doubs, and there is a late flag. And that's going to be on Cleveland for sure. Never turned around, had his hands all... If you don't believe that he had his hands all over Romeo Doubs, Romeo's jersey is so ripped downwards that both of his shoulder pads are exposed. And the defender never turned around for the ball there. Jesus. All right. Big first down here. After the penalty, 1st and 10, ball at the 40 of Cleveland. Play action, gets it out to Tucker Kraft to the 35, 30, 25, breaks a tackle, and down to the 22 is the best offensive weapon that we have right now, Tucker Kraft. Let's freaking go, man. Yeah, just a little flat route. Cut it upfield, got away from a couple defenders, and picked up some big yardage. The Packers do not have to snap the ball at all. They can take this all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Cleveland does have 1 timeout left. Covered like white on rice. Illegally covered like white on rice. All right, man, we have hit the 2-minute warning here in Cleveland. It was looking like Green Bay had this game in the bag, but unfortunately, big 4th quarter by the Cleveland offense and some big mistakes by the Packers, both defensively and offensively. just kind of shooting themselves in the foot. It's something that they've kind of been doing almost the entire game. Slowly, a lot of penalties on the offensive line, whether it was holding, false start, whatever it was. It was just killing any momentum, taking away some big plays by the Packers, taking away some first downs. They started to clean it up a little bit in the third, but still, no. And once the fourth quarter hit, there was just no consistency on offense, no pressure down the field. It was just slowly but surely, you could see this Cleveland offense kind of clawing back. And then, unfortunately, the interception by Jordan Love inside his own half of the field, able to bring it back inside the 10, and Cleveland able to punch it in to tie the game late. But the Packers, so like white on cocaine. Yes. That's what it's going to be from now on this channel. Anytime there's too good of a coverage, we're going to throw the white flag. We're going to throw the white flag out there. No, but but yeah, man, but the Packers had a good first play. Then they got to help with some with a penalty here to get it down to the 40. Tucker Kraft obviously getting it near the red zone for the Packers, well into field goal range. Now the Packers just need to be smart. No penalties, all right? Don't kick yourself out of field goal range, and no turnovers too, all right? Let's be smart with it. So. All right, we're back. Jordan Love under center here. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jacobs, who is able to get about a yard or two. There's a fumble. There is a fumble. I think Jacobs fell on it, but we will see, man. Oh, definitely a fumble. Definitely a fumble. I think Jacobs fell back on it, man. But yes, David. Very much like the illegal white substance there. I don't know. To me, it looks like Jacobs has it, but who came out of the pile with it, man? I don't know. Since it's under 2 minutes, the booth is reviewing this. It is not a review from either team. The ruling on the field is that the runner was down, which is good. So there has to be inconclusive evidence to be able to overturn the call on the field. All right, man. We got 6 people watching here, man. Please, first off, thank you for watching, and please leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October, man. We're closing in on that number, man. We just need a little help. But we do every possible game that we can, man. Primetime games, Packer games, does not matter. So, yeah, man. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. All right. For a second there, I thought they had ruled it a turnover because we saw some Cleveland players celebrating, but there has been no official call. The referee is still looking. I mean, that was a heads-up play there by Devin Bush, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Still looking at this, man. So it's a clear punch out. It's 100% a fumble for sure. I see a yellow glove, which is Jacob's glove. Furs grab it. And that's, to me, that's clear possession. And he's being touched and he's on the ground. So I don't think you can overturn this. I really don't. All right, let's get the official word. Call stands. Let's go. So Cleveland is going to use their final timeout here to stop the clock at 1:56. Holy cow, we got 8 people here. Let's go, man. Make sure you leave a like. Handoff to the right. Jacobs trying to get anything, trying to hold on to the ball, and he will lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10 coming up for the Packers. All they're trying to do is eat away at the clock here. They're already in field goal range. A field goal would make this a 3-point game. I almost said 2-possession game, but it's not a 2-possession game. I still want them to kind of go for the touchdown here, but I think the way that they have offensively been playing this game, just take the field goal. All right, 3rd and 10. Ball at the 23. Another handoff, and this one is going to be flagged. If it's another flag on the offensive line, it's going to be their 5th or 6th of the day. Yep, false start. That's going to be on Rasheed Walker, man. That is his 2nd penalty of the game. I think that is actually the 6th penalty on the offensive line for the Packers today. Rough. And you couple that with them not really being able to run the ball that well and the 5 sacks on Jordan Love. It has been an ugly game for the Packers offense. Ball back at the 28. Stretch run. And it's going to be good for about 3 yards across the 25. But yeah, man. Going back to what we were talking about, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. All right, we try to do every possible game on the channel. Packer games, primetime games, does not matter, man. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel immensely. All right, clock is going to be under 30 seconds. Matt LaFleur uses a timeout. Bam! There we go. Stops the clock at 27 seconds. Brandon McManus trying to come in on the clutch here, man. Trying to give us a win here in week 3 to move to 3-0 for the first time since 2020. All right, this is a 43-yard field goal attempt for Brandon McManus. Snap, hold, kick, pressure, blocked! It's blocked. Cleveland has it. Oh, my God. And they recover it at the 47-yard line. Wow, man. This has been just an ugly, ugly game for the Packers, man. Once again, kick is blocked basically right above number 77. from that left side. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 21. Cleveland has no timeouts left. That was Jordan Morgan who was blocking. Jordan Morgan started out as the left tackle after Zach Tom went down after the first play. He picked up 3 penalties, 2 of them on that first opening drive. Also gave up a bunch of pressures. Then they moved him inside to guard. Had another penalty later on in the game at that position, and now gives up the blocked kick here. 1st and 10, penalty on the Packers. Be 1st and 5, and Cleveland is already on the edge of field goal range here for Smite. Oh my God, dude! Wow. Wow. And actually, I don't know why I have Cleveland. There we go. Cleveland has no timeouts left. 17 seconds left. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 45 of Green Bay. So this would already be a 63-yard field goal. Throw down the field and incomplete. 12 seconds left. 3rd and 2 coming up. Joe Flacco trying to pick up big yardage on 2nd down. So if this game goes into overtime, knock on wood, that's what we're hoping for at this point. Maybe a pick 6. I'm hoping for a pick 6 too. But yeah, if we go into overtime, we will stay on this game, and the Chicago Cowboys game will be a little bit later. Sorry, guys. Quick throw inside the 40, down to the 38. No time on the clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, spikes the ball, stops the clock at 2. So this is going to be a 55, 56-yard field goal for the Cleveland Browns. The turnover was an interception at the end of the half. Joe Flacco literally just threw the ball down the field, and it was picked off by Xavier McKinney. So that was the only turnover, really. So 55-yard field goal attempt. Whoa. For some reason, I don't have the score up for Cleveland. I think I ended up hitting the wrong one for them. So sorry about that, guys. So yeah, it is a 10-10 score here. 2 seconds left. Jacobs got his yellow glove on it. Browns. Yep. So yeah, no, the Packers. Then Jordan Love threw a pick 6 like a couple drives ago. A pick that ended up setting up the Cleveland Browns for their touchdown that ended up tying the game here. So, all right, 55-yarder for Smite to win the game and give Cleveland their first win of the season against the undefeated Packers. Kick is up, and it is good. Flag is on the field right now. What is going on here? Boom, there we go. Right now, there's celebrations. They're showing flag. Is it on the Packers? I'm assuming it's on the Packers. Yes, it is. That is the final score here. Sorry, I'm all over the place, apparently. Wow, man. An absolutely ugly game from start to finish for the Green Bay Packers. Their offense looked awful. Honestly, their defense was fine until the very end there, but they were put in terrible positions this entire fourth quarter, man. The Packers offense did nothing, absolutely nothing to help the Packers defense, man. This was on the offense on more than anything else. Wow. All right, man. Cleveland moved to 1-2, and the Packers absolutely get humbled here in Cleveland. If you look at the post before I started streaming, man, I talked about this being a trap game for the Packers, and that's what it ended up being. And another comeback, another blocked. We're talking about the Eagles and Rams game. They blocked a kick. The Eagles coming back from 26-7, I think, to score a touchdown after a blocked kick here. My God, man. It has been a rough game for some offenses, man. A lot of turnovers, a lot of bad ball played in week 3. Wow. Um, Wait, did the Browns win? The Browns did win. The Browns won, man. The Packers, they were trying to kick a game-winning field goal. It ended up getting blocked. Cleveland recovered it at the 47. Then the Packers got a penalty that moved Cleveland into Green Bay territory. Then a nice quick throw to Njoku that got them inside the 40. A 55-yard kick by Smite was good. And that's how the Cleveland Browns got their first win of the season to move to 1-2. And they knock off the Packers, who have dropped to 2-1. And once again, an absolutely humbling loss for the Green Bay Packers, man. Just, wow. Packers offense struggled the entire game. They could not run the ball. They could barely pass the ball. They had a couple good throws down the field. But just at the end, the interception, the penalties on the offensive line. I think there were 6 total penalties on the offensive line. I think there was a total of like 6 or 7 on the Packers defense / like receivers throughout the game. Like the Packers played an ugly game. The only thing that was positive, it was the Packers being able to get pressure. They were able to sack Joe Flacco a handful of times. The pressure was there almost the entire game. The coverage was not terrible, but once again, the defense, especially late in the fourth, they were put in terrible positions to try to defend this lead. And the Packers offense, by far one of the worst games I've seen out of them, not only this season, but even from last season, man. They were bad. Couldn't really pass the ball effectively. Turned over the ball. Could not run. Penalties galore. Yeah, man. It was an ugly game. Ugly game. I blame Canada. You know what? I blame them too. Those darn Mounties to the north. I don't know what they did, but they did something. Yeah, man. Let's look at the final stats here of this game. It's not going to be pretty by any means. Oh, still cannot believe we lost. All right, Jordan Love, 18 for 25, a buck 83 through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Jacobs, 15 for 29, averaged less than 2 yards per carry, did not get a touchdown. So his franchise-leading streak of getting at least 1 touchdown for the next couple games is over. Emmanuel Wilson, 6 for 25. Matthew Golden, the leading receiver, 4 for 52. Josh Jacobs, 5 for 44. Tucker Kraft, 3 for 29. 2 sacks for Rashawn Gary. That's all we had. We had a lot of pressures, but we could only get to Flacco twice. Xavier McKinney with a pick. Another blocked one here. I'm just watching it live. Jets, Buccaneers. And the Jets are going to get a touchdown on the block. They have a chance to win this one with less than 2 minutes. So we just watched, in the span of maybe 6 minutes, we have watched the Packers get a field goal blocked. We saw the Rams get their field goal blocked. And now we see the Buccaneers get a field goal blocked in the span of 6 minutes, man. What the heck is going on here, man? Just ugly offense, ugly special teams. Just an ugly day overall, man. Oh. All right, man. Well, the cheesehead did not work today, so we got to find something else that works in the future. Wow. What the heck is that uniform? What the heck? Who are the Jets playing? The Creamsicle Buccaneers is what they're playing. Jesus. But yeah, man. Let's look at the penalty yards here. Penalties on the Packers. For the Cleveland Browns, 8 penalties. For the Packers, 14. The Packers had more penalty flags than they had points. More penalties than they had points. Jesus. They also had more penalty yards than they had rushing yards. Actually, almost. They actually had 80 rushing yards to 75 penalty yards. So I was wrong about that, but I was not that far off. Hey man, I said it. I said it in my post just before the game. I said right here, man. Packers travel to Cleveland to try to go to 3-0 for the first time in 2020 years. In 2020 for the first time since 2020. Browns hope to defend their turf to avoid a 3-0-3 start. Is this a trap game for the Packers? Yes, it was, because the Packers' offense was absolutely horrendous. All right, man. Well, I got to get ready for the Cowboys and Chicago game. Hopefully, the Cowboys can get us a win and knock the Bears down to 0-2. Keep the Packers in first place. Hey, Seastrom, you better not root for the Giants or I will start rooting for the... No, I won't. Oh, my goodness, man. But yeah, hopefully the Cowboys and Chicago should be a good game, man. Hopefully both offenses can get us some points and we can kind of get going, man. Wow. Well, we have 5 people right now on the chat watching a Packer fan absolutely fall into deep, deep depression. And Baker Mayfield misses a wide open receiver, man. All right. I think that is going to be it for me today. I'm going to try to recover from this absolute just beatdown there in the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, where Cleveland scored 13 unanswered points to get a win over the Packers. Jeez. All right, man. I'm going to move on. I'm going to try to get myself out of a spiraling depression here before we have to stream the Cowboys and Chicago Bears. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Another big stream here, over 200 views, man. We're going to keep it going. Hopefully, we can kind of get closer to that 100 subscriber goal. But I appreciate everybody that was here, man. You know, Seastrom, David, Captain Mickey Mouse. Let me see. Sorry, my bad. We got Default LOL, Easy Game Browns or something. Hey, shout out to you, my dude. Thanks for popping in the chat. And then we also had Dahlia in here as well. Yeah, we had all the regulars on the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. We're going to keep it going here. I got to get ready. We got about 5 minutes before the next game, so I will see you in a bit. Thank you so much. Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go. We're going to keep it going, man. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach.